Will AI eat our jobs? AI market as of now is $391 billion, could be 1.8 trillion by 2030. Netflix is actually saving more than $1 billion. They use that 60-second rule. Study the Netflix strategy with AI. It just takes 60 to 90 seconds when a user goes away. The next trend is actually one person company who's just working with AI team members and making $1 billion. Would you trust an AI doctor? There's an AI doctor, you've been told, like, whatever the thing is happening with your body, just tell this doctor and they will prescribe you. We'll be talking about how Google, OpenAI, Tesla, Amazon, what they are doing with AI. Controversial statement by Mark Zuckerberg, best of the best AI people in the world. What they have said is, I'll sign $100 million check as a signing bonus. तो businesses के लिए जो AI है ना, एक बड़ी उम्मीद बनी है. It's a definitely hope for them. So about me, I am an author, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm an investor and speaker. So Watts community is basically a community from our side. It is like we give them the networking opportunity. It's a platform which is all online, where we have the audiences. You can be sitting in India and you can be talking to somebody in Germany, in the United States, getting real career opportunities with this person.
Respected guest speaker for the day, guest of eminence, the team from Watts Group, my dear faculty members, and obviously my dearest students. So as we all know that we are going through a series of events every day, learning something new and adding something new to live the life. Definitely, there is something which comes every time new to us, and we should always be happy to have that experience. In the same way, as we have been celebrating past 9 days with full of excitement and enthusiasm, today we have one more person, a person of eminence, Mr. Ritesh Watts, who will join us today to take this session forward. Warm welcome to you, Ritesh sir and team. And now I personally humble invite Mr. Ritesh Watts to come on to the stage and fill our mind and soul with new age knowledge.
Okay, shall we start the session? Okay, so before I start, I want to talk about the theme of the session today. So I've given it the name called AIM. Okay, so we have an aim today, and the aim is beyond the AI buzz. So if I say aim, do you all have an aim in your life? Okay, I won't be asking anybody, but still from my side, if I say aim, I believe that we should be having always improving mindset, right? That's what I call aim, right? And of course, aim has the keyword AI too. And for AI also, if you see the concept of AI, it is called artificial intelligence. But more than that, if you talk to AI today, you give any prompt, you give any question to that AI, next time you ask the answer, that AI is already trained on that. Am I right? So the AI concept is the same as well. Like, it's always improving. The question you ask, the answer you give, and then ask the question on that, AI is evolving on that part. And we'll be talking a lot about that. That's why the theme is like, I have to give you apart from the AI buzz. Because in India, especially, I've seen Chat GPT is called AI. Am I right? Like, whenever I talk to people, they're like, yeah, we are using Chat GPT, no worries at all. मतलब हम AI के साथ, very, very, very comfortable हैं. But AI is way beyond that. That's why I'll be talking more about what is behind the screens. So if as a corporate I'm hiring people, I expect people to be comfortable with AI, because AI can do a lot. I need somebody who can get it done, right? So let's go ahead. I'll be empowering you with the theme that you should be looking behind the scenes, and you should be getting real career opportunities with this workshop. Cool? Okay, let's go ahead. So what you'll be learning. So we'll be talking what AI in real is. We'll be talking about how it is being trained. We'll be talking about some AI facts. We'll be saying, like, there's a debate going on, if you guys understand. Will AI eat our jobs? Will AI eat our jobs? Do you have answer to this? It can. Are you confident like it'll take the jobs, it'll empower us to have more jobs, or it'll be like, no, it's not having any impact? Right, that is so right. So the debate otherwise, in general sense, more of the people are scared like AI will take our jobs, right? That is the conversation we're gonna have, and I agree with you like AI will empower people. AI will give more opportunities to people, but only to those who will take control of it, right? So as humans, we are the masters of AI. Who has created AI? A human, right? We humans, right? So if we understand it, the more we understand anything, right, the more confident we would be for that thing. So that happens with education, that happens with careers, that happens with the skill enhancement, right? So we'll be talking about that. We'll be going to some secrets behind how AI is trained. We'll be talking about how Google, OpenAI, Tesla, Amazon, what they are doing with AI. We'll be talking a bit about that. And I'll show you some of the magic balance between AI creation and AI consumption, because most of the people I've seen, like, they're consuming AI, right? Same with the social media, right? We consume a lot on social media. We like just doom scroll the AI reels all the time. But when it comes to content creation, only 1 to 5% people are just creating the content. So we'll be talking about that too. And one more thing, how to make money out of AI. And when I say money, it's not just about entrepreneurship. I'll be talking about how to make good money through jobs by getting into that AI domain, right? And lastly, a quick roadmap to surfing this AI wave, because the world is going through AI wave. And coming from Canada, what I've seen is there's a difference in implementation of the technology in India compared to the Western world. Like, they are more advanced, and that's a reason the big IT companies are in Silicon Valley in US, right? So they incorporate technologies, they develop technologies, and we most of the time are using them. Of course, there's other thing also. Like, most of the engineers, most of the policy makers, or most of the, I would say, innovators in United States or in Western world are again from the background of Southeast Asians, right? Indians. But when it comes to the implementation, when it comes to the penetration of the technology, we are still lacking behind. So we'll be talking a bit about that. And I promise it will be a very interactive session. I'll be giving you a chance to speak about that also, ask me questions about that also. But at the end of this session, you'll be empowered enough to take on challenges in the AI world. And I bet on that, if you'll be going for an interview with a company that is hiring for, the AI domain, and they want to check your AI knowledge, you'll be having that through this presentation today, right? And the best part, you'll have some perks after this presentation, and I promise that'll be worth your time, right? So about me, I am an author, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm an investor, I'm a speaker. That's the four titles I take because I wear a lot of hats. I have wrote a book, The Doer Mindset. It's about how to train your mindset to get everything done. It is all about, like, when you do your inner engineering, you'll be very well versed with the outer world that the book is about. And with the companies, I started my journey in 2008. I was just 19 years old at the time. I was studying BTech second year. I started my journey at that time. And still from that day, I've never been into a job. I'm doing entrepreneurship. I'm into coaching, consulting. I'm into, like, developing the ventures. Um, I hold a lot of professional affiliations too. Like, I'm commissioner of oaths in Alberta and for Alberta. I am into, active membership of the College of Immigration and Citizenship Consultants. Also with the real estate associations of Canada. A lot of hats I wear. But the more important is, we are running a company called Watts Group. Watts Group is basically here to empower people with the resources, and we bring a lot of resources for individuals as well as businesses. So when you go forward with me on this, I'll tell you how we are, empowering organizations so as they have more opportunities to hire more people. And then we are coming to the individuals to empower them so as they can have the jobs. So it's a match, right? Let's go ahead. So I'll be talking about our venture, Watts Technologies, which is the main point of AI. When I'm talking about AI, I have to tell you what we do with AI, right? So just a glimpse, we provide us, हिंदी में हम कहते हैं ना एक उम्मीद, तो businesses के लिए जो AI है ना एक बड़ी उम्मीद बनी हुई है. It's a definitely hope for them. Like, we'll be having more of revenue, we'll be having more of resources. So we provide AI agents as a service, right? It is something like, if you guys know, you can deploy AI to any operational part. We'll talk about that. Like, if there's a business today in this world, AI can be incorporated at any level. You can think of any example, like this institute also, like, let's say, even if I am going to a street vendor's business, still AI can be incorporated. We'll be talking about in practical examples, right? We also provide custom tech solutions, AI strategy consulting, digital growth solutions, and of course, sales enablement and operational intelligence. So these all are powered by AI. These are our core services at Watts Technologies. And all of our clients as of now are US and Canada based. We are not, incorporating this in India, but we have recently been talking to some of the Indian companies where we'll be deploying our technologies. And I think you being that change maker, right? You will be going to companies, you'll be working with these technologies, right? Whenever you guys are getting job. So Next is Watts community. But before I talk about that, I want to talk to you. Like, all of you are from technology background or from management background? Can I have the hands who are from technology background? Pretty much all. And from the management background? Great. So the great thing is AI can be used by technology background people for sure, but AI is more used by marketing and management people. Do you know that? So when it comes to technology, more of the people are involved in developing AI models, developing, AI workflows. But when it comes to the management people, they are the actually front faces of AI deployment, right? So if I say, like, if a company wants to deploy AI technology into that, there'll be a project coordinator, there'll be a project manager, there'll be a AI change influencer on that, in that corporation. So those all roles are being handled by the management people. So you'll be getting a lot from this for sure. But the bottom line comes is like how to learn AI to be a part of that AI wave. Okay. So what's back, please? So Watts community is basically a community from our side. It is like we give them the networking opportunity. It's a platform which is all online, where we have the audiences. It can be from the corporate, it can be from the colleges, but all of them get the exposure to the networking opportunities. Like you can be sitting in India and you can be talking to somebody in Germany, or you can be talking to somebody in United States who has joined this community on the same purpose of getting empowered or actually empowering, right? So otherwise you'll get courses and certifications also. We have some courses like AI enhanced digital marketing. We have courses like how to get jobs from LinkedIn with the help of AI. These sort of, practical courses, which are very short. You can be doing it 8 to 10 hours only, but you'll be actually learning that thing, how to get it executed. But the thing is, we have this community as a paid community. We charge $100, $99 for it, which is approximately 6,000 Indian rupees. But I would like to thank the team of Gian, Jyoti. With the collaboration with them, we are giving this community access to all of the attendees today absolutely free. So they'll all be getting it for sure. Next. So the perks, like there'll be more perks for sure, but the one teaser is you'll be getting the access to this community for free today. Right? Next. Okay, so let's start with the thing AI. What is and who uses it? So AI 101. What is the definition of AI? If anybody wants to tell me, what is the definition of AI? Anybody? Yes. Perfect. But can you define it? इजीली करता है, बिल्कुल ठीक है जी, थैंक यू। Right, good, yes. Perfect, thank you. So great answers by everybody, and everybody have that same thing in the back of the mind कि AI वो काम कर देता है जो humans कर रहे हैं। AI को हम brain दे सकते हैं, AI को machines को हम ready कर सकते हैं वो सारे काम करने के लिए। Is it correct? So that is the AI 101. Anything that can be done by human, if that is done by machines but faster, that is called AI. So this is the simple example, simple definition for that. Of course, there are complex too, but let's start from the basics and go step by step to the next one, right? So if we go to the everyday examples, we are using ChatGPT, we are using Siri, Alexa, Google Assistant. These all are the examples of AI in our daily life, right? But there's an interesting fact on that. Like if you see the audience, like ChatGPT was the one app that started the AI revolution in the humans. It was going back the door. Like Google, like Microsoft, all of them were working on that, technology, and they were trying to find good breakthroughs to help human mankind. But the thing is, when ChatGPT came, it got so much of traction. It just took 5 days to have that 1 million app users, right? Do you remember when you started ChatGPT? Remember, right? It was just 5 days for 1 million. But the same time, like the same sort of users, if we consider Instagram, it took them 3.5 months. 2.5 months, and Netflix, it took them 3.5 years. So imagine the difference, right? So ChatGPT integration is very, very fast. And before I go further, I want to talk to you. Let's imagine we are not in 2025. Let's imagine you have the knowledge of 2025, but I, like with the help of technology, sent you back into 1990s, probably 1995 or something. What is that one thing that you will do? But you have to give me answer from the technology aspect, okay? In general, I think we can have sort of, fascinations too. But I want to ask you, अगर मैं आपको 2025 की जगह, I'll send you back to 1990s, 1995, and you have the knowledge of today, which you have learned in the college, which you have gained from your life. What is that one thing that you will do in 1995? Anybody? Anybody? Yes. Perfect. Smart answer. Smart answer. Good job. Anybody else? Anybody else? What if, like, अगर आप 2025 के अंदर you could have been the owner of the domain called facebook.com, right? So there was the time like when dot-com bubble came in, right? So people, when we talk with the technology people, they're always like, the dot-com bubble has been missed. Like, I want you to be a part of that. Even today, the domain trading is like anything. If you hold a domain which is like .com, it is very hard to find .com these days, right? So if you have a .com which is relevant and you have that for sale, you'll probably get millions. So it is the smart sort of investment. If I know like what it is happening today, and if I know that in 1990s, I'll definitely go for some .com domains. That is my part. That is the same thing happening with AI. It is just the start with the masses. AI is definitely with the companies. I'm not like saying ki abhi AI aayega. A lot of companies are already into very, very vast implementation of AI. But when we are talking to each other, masses, the individuals, the small businesses, they are yet to implement AI in their lives, right? So if we people who are sitting in this room are actually learning about AI and bring that to implementation for those businesses or for the companies where you'll be working, you'll be definitely a part of the part of the team, part of the people who will be making money, a lot of money. Just to give you example on that. Anybody following Facebook news, Facebook hiring news, how Facebook is hiring to these days? Anybody? Okay. There has been a controversial statement by Mark Zuckerberg recent times. He has said like, I need the best of the best AI people in the world. What they have said is, I'll sign $100 million check as a signing bonus. I'm not saying about the salary, signing bonus, which is like approximately 860 crores. Imagine we are talking about the pays, like annual packages and all that stuff. And the best thing is, they have hired 11 people as of now in this program. They want you to have this from the another competitors like OpenAI and Microsoft. They want those people so as they can have the secrets, and Meta wants to stay ahead. That is the one thing. You guys must be using WhatsApp AI, like integrated. AI is integrated over there too. So 11 people have already been hired, and none of them is born in US. So all of the immigrants came from, let's say, Hong Kong, from China, from India, all that stuff. So imagine the potential. Imagine the value that you can bring to the company if you are pro in this. I'm not saying like, let's look forward to 100 million. Of course, we can dream about that, we can aim about that, and we can achieve that too. That's about the mindset. But let's start small. Let's look forward. If the normal pay scale at the company, if on a starting job is, let's say, 3 lakh per annum or 4 lakh per annum, why not to get 10 lakh per annum with the help of AI, right? Okay, let's go ahead. So which industries are using AI? I've took some examples. Almost every industry is using it, but I've took some examples to tell you like it is beyond imagination, like beyond a normal imagination. How they're using is healthcare. They're using nanobots. I was amazed by seeing this technology, like small nanobots, like the way they were using bypass surgery. Now they are sending these bots inside the body, and those are connected back to the machines, and they are just curing the cancer cells like a surgical strike, and then coming back or being destroyed inside. So I'm sure every Indian is knowingly known about that surgical strikes, right? We are very proud of that. So the way they do that in finance, the quantum computing is actually doing things, predicting the market trends. Imagine, like earlier, it used to be said like, when like American markets fall, Indian markets fall, but nowadays it's different, right? And the AI models are being used to predict the markets. Imagine that the way you said about Bitcoin, imagine like this market is going to crash, or this market is going to soar. Definitely you can put your investments in that way. So of course we'll be talking a bit about AI decision making, how it helps in decision making, but just an example, it is well used in finance, it is well used in education too. How it is used now, as I asked the definition of AI to everybody, right? Everybody got the same answer, but in their own words, right? In their own language. That is what AI tutors are doing these days. So in your language, in your understanding, in your perspective, they are actually defining the curriculum in that way. So actually you'll be getting same credential, but everybody of you will be having a different understanding of the concepts. That is going to be very, very easy for the students. Entertainment, deep fake technology. Anybody who knows about deep fake technology? Anybody who wants to tell me the same? No? Yep. Right. That is true. That is been, thank you. That is being used as like you can create the videos or you can create the images from AI. That is one thing. Deepfake is taking it further, and I've seen videos of 1 minute, 2 minutes being shot, being produced within a studio, not going outside to shoot anything, right? So this will actually take away the jobs of, let's say, videographers, video editors, and all that stuff. It is one instance, but actually it will take more jobs for the creative minds who can think of how to get the scene created through the AIs. Imagine if I want to have this shoot, like I'm sitting in front of, I'm standing in front of the 50 people and I'm giving a presentation. So what I can do, I can put my picture, I can ask AI to create this video of me speaking in front of you guys and doing this presentation without actually I am here. So that is the possibility. Another possibility with the deepfake is, imagine having a Zoom call, imagine having a Google Meet, like where you're not sitting, you're actually having your AI talking to the meeting. And that I personally have tested for myself also with help of a technology. So this thing is like you can train, like I know about myself for last 35 years, right? What I am, who I am, what is my understanding. Let's say if I put that prompt to the AI, I train, I give them my face, I give them my voice. Now that person can definitely have the meetings, just imagine that thing. So that's the deepfake technology. It is for now used in entertainment, because a lot of movies, like what we used to say VFX, now they are going forward to having deepfake technologies, right? So manufacturing, again, like I have the example for this. Imagine an aircraft being built, right? So aircraft is usually having heights of 40 to 50 feet, and we are just 6 feet, right? So if we have to do something, like we have to put the parts, we are actually using the ladders and all those, engineering equipments to go to that height. Imagine the drones, all of the drones, and one person over here controlling those 50 drones, and the drones are putting the parts. So that is already happening in the manufacturing industry. And you might be hearing about the news and Amazon warehouses, right? These are the automated warehouses nowadays. Now no person is working in there. All the orders, like when they came in, the product is being picked up, packed, and everything is being done by robots, right? So that is happening in the manufacturing. So AI, हम कह सकते हैं is everywhere, but AI isn't just everywhere. It is actually rewriting how things can be done. तो हर जगह तो है ही है, ये तो पुरानी बात होगी. How it is rewriting the ways or the operations of the companies, that is actually happening. Next, please. So a quick poll I want to ask: have you used the AI today? Anybody? Okay, which AI you use today? ChatGPT, right? So of course we have another examples. If you're using on Instagram a filter, that is also an AI, right? And if we are booking a cab, that is also an AI. So imagine the penetration of AI technology already. If you're using Blinkit, if you're using Zomato, all of these, the companies are using AI at the back end to give you recommendations, to give you the best driver possible in the cabs. So stuff is already happening around us. We just have to have that eye, and then take our, skills up to that level, and then, go ahead with the interviews or go ahead with the presentations in the businesses. Like if you want to do entrepreneurship, you have to bring that proposal for the companies with that angle. Like, see, Amazon is doing it. See, Zomato is doing it. You're doing Blinkit by yourself. That is doing it. So how I can improve your business with AI? Or if you're going for job, see these examples. Like I have learned all these. Now I can, put the things for you also. Okay, let's go next. So another thing is, of course, with the help of the team from Gian, Jyoti, we are giving an e-certificate for all of the attendees today. So at the end of the thing, we'll be discussing about how you can get that. So everybody will have a certificate which can be verified online also, because we are using technology. So whenever you're going for jobs, you can put that link in your resume, or you can put that link in your LinkedIn. So as you create your professional networking. Good, guys? Okay. So some of the AI mind blowing facts, right? If I want to learn anything, like for me personally, I really want to know what is happening behind that. मतलब मेरे को ये होता है कि जब तक उस चीज का कोई चार्म नहीं है, जब तक उस चीज का कोई, let's say, practical implementation, I don't want to learn that thing. Like it should not go in vain. I should definitely get something out of it. So AI is that thing. So the fact is, AI market as of now is $391 billion, but it could be 1.8 trillion by 2030, which means 5 times, right? Approximately 5 times. Imagine any of your investment is getting five-folded in 5 years. बहुत बहुत huge ये return माना जाता है. No industry as of now which is saturated is growing beyond 6%. Like अगर 6% every year भी वो grow करती है तो it will be 30, 35 to 40% overall growth in 5 years. But this is going to be 5 times. Imagine that. So there's a huge opportunity. We have to look forward to that. AI could add 15.7 trillion to global GDP. So बहुत बड़ी अमाउंट की ग्लोबल जीडीपी में एडिशन होने वाली है, which means there'll be more investment coming for this AI thing, but more than that, there'll be more hiring coming from AI, right? So we have seen the IT sector booming just because of that dot-com bubble. It stayed for 20-25 years. IT jobs के अंदर ही सबसे ज़्यादा हमें hiring मिलती थी. IT jobs के अंदर ही we got some of the best opportunities, right? The next thing is happening in AI that is being shown by the figures. 97 million jobs related to AI by 2026. Yes, that means you means अगर jobs आ रही हैं and if you are prepared for that thing, you'll be definitely getting those jobs, right? And all of you guys, are you from the final years preparing for your placements? Right? So look forward to the things because this will definitely help you. Let's go next. So there's an example from Netflix. Are you guys using Netflix? Do you watch Netflix? Do you guys get that sort of recommendations on your phone? Like this is the show relevant to what you have searched for the past. That case study says like Netflix is actually saving more than $1 billion just from this recommendation. They use that 60-second rule. If you study the Netflix strategy with AI and with marketing and with retention of the users, they say like it just takes 60 to 90 seconds, like when a user goes away. Like imagine you coming to Netflix to watch something. अगर आपको 1 minute या 1.5 minute के अंदर कुछ नहीं मिलता relevant, there are very high chances that you will be leaving Netflix and going for something else. छोड़ यार Instagram ही देखते हैं. You know, छोड़ यार, let's, अब TikTok तो यहाँ नहीं चलता, but investment world it's more likely let's go to TikTok and watch some small shows because आजकल वो small shows भी बड़े चल रहे हैं. So Netflix theory, if you read the case study in detail, it is about like we don't want to compete with, let's say, other Hotstar or Geo Hotstar, whatever it is. We want to compete with anything that is getting the attention of our users. So it's not about just Hotstar or just streaming services. They're actually competing with Instagram. They're actually competing with Snapchat and all that stuff, and they use 60-second rule, and that is written in their philosophy. I'm taking the reference from there. So they try to give you the recommendations that can be, consumed right within 60 seconds. So if you go to the app, there are high chances within that 1 minute you'll get that recommendation. कि यार ये show देखते हैं, ये movie देखते हैं, and that is actually saving the Netflix $1 billion annually as per them. So imagine, AI ये तो हम समझ भी नहीं सकते as a layman, right? ये क्या हो रहा है? But it is actually happening. So as of 2025, around 20.5% of people are using voice searches. In world, if we see, there's only 20.5%, but over here we have more than 80% who's using voice search. That's a great thing. That means we are actually ahead of the global trends, which is a good thing for us. But in Western world, if we see, like they are approximately at 35 or 37%, which means India's penetration is always great. If I compare, let's say, telecom industry, like the way Geo has revolutionized India, it is yet to be achieved in Western world. Like they have the access to internet for sure, but the way Geo has revolutionized, it is not the same way in Canada as of now, like with my understanding. The thing is, we always have an advantage by our culture, by our strategy, by our mind. It is going to happen with AI too, and we are in the right place. So voice assistant users have already hit 8.4 billion. And do you know what's the population? It is less than that, right? So as of now means more voice assistants exist in the world than the humans. Just imagine. So it means more of the phones talking to each other rather than the people. That is happening. Okay, next. What is the AI landscape? कहाँ पे AI है अभी? और हम आगे की जर्नी ये सोचते हैं कि how to get into that landscape. अभी AI कहाँ है? Current state of AI is it is going through the widespread adoption. अब इसकी adoption हो रही है worldwide, right? Everybody knows about AI. You talk to anybody, they'll say हाँ जी AI हो रहा है, like this is happening. But how they are using it? It is not happening in a way that is supposed to be done by the technology enthusiasts, right? So widespread adoption is there. Advanced automation is there. Advanced automation means, I can give you an example from my company too. For example, if somebody comes to our Instagram channel, right, they just shoot us a DM. So we will have the person's name from the profile, of course, we'll have the person's conversation that will be fed to the AI. And that from there goes into our backend. Let's say next time that person goes into WhatsApp, next time the person calls us, or next time that person goes to Facebook, any channel that we put out for our social media or for outreach, that all is handled by AI. So AI will know, okay, last time the people reached from Instagram, next time the person is reaching from WhatsApp, they'll have the same sort of thing. Giving you the another side of this. For example, if I'm trying to reach out to you, I'm taking a follow up for one of my service. I tried calling you. You didn't pick up the call. Next time, the AI automatically will shoot you a DM on Instagram. Hey, I was trying to reach out to you. The call was made by AI. The DM was sent by AI. As a person, I'm not nothing like doing nothing on that. So that is all handled by AI, which means the advanced automation is actually happening, right? Big data reliance, of course, data is the important. Data is the food of AI. The more data we give to the AI, the more advanced AI will. That is the part of it. Powerful models, language learning models are being developed. What are the trends next? ये तो अभी की stage है. What is happening further? Generative AI growth. So generative AI, imagine chat GPT when started, it was all about text, right? Then it came to image creation. Then it came to the video creation. Now it is going further, generating your clones. Now we can have the human clones, right? Virtually. And the next, of course, will be more having the real clones of the, humans down the line. So multimodal system is the same thing what I've explained just now. Transparent AI focus. Transparency is an issue. Like, do you know, like, how your data, whatever questions you're asking chat GPT is being stored? Do you know that? How? Can anybody tell me? Like, what sort of understanding you have about that? Like the data, the questions, the information that you're asking chat GPT, how that is being stored and handled? Yes, please. For the relevant information. Okay. But how it is stored? I like, are you guys comfortable giving your personal information to AIs? Huh? Sometimes, but you still have that doubt in the mind. For example, if there's any sensitive information, maybe you're talking about, the personal information about your brother or sister, about your mother or father, you want to ask about them. So you won't be giving that information, right? Thank you. So that is happening. The next thing coming up is about the AI transparency. That is where AI policy making is coming into picture. So if you become AI policy maker, like for the management people, if you want to be in that ethics and implementation committee, like for any corporation, for any organization, you'll still have the good scope over there. Then is edge computing rise. So quantum computing, of course, China is leading this way. They are testing a lot of the supercomputers, which is like beyond the imagination. I think I don't have the figure in my mind right now, but they are like chasing those speed of the multi light years. Like they're doing a lot in that part, right? So AI in marketing is about personalized campaigns, predictive analytics, conversational chatbots, precise targeting. It is the same what I have given you the example. If you are reaching out to some organization, that organization is actually knowing about yourself, and then they are targeting, then they are campaigning to reach out to you as per your trends. That is happening in the market. The future of AI is about seamless integration. Seamless integration is like if we are using different chat bots or different models, why not to integrate them? For example, imagine you have your one unique ID. You go to bus, and that unique ID is being used as the bus pass. Imagine then you're going to hospital, and then that unique ID is being used to cure you. And then next time you're going to a hotel, and that unique ID is giving you the access to the food which is being recommended by your doctor. That sort of integration is about to happen, and we have seen some of that in the Western world, where healthcare is already sorted, so they have your all records all the time. So whenever you're visiting hospital, you need not to explain anything that has happened to you in the past. They already have the summary of that on your screen, and they just take 1 minute. Okay, what is it now? Let's cure it right away. So that sort of thing is happening in the future. Increased autonomy means like the AI will have more control and decision making. So now we have to ask, we have to tell, like, this is what I need. Then in the future, you'll be just saying them, okay, you are being hired for this. They are the ones who will be doing all things by themselves. So ethical consideration, as I talked, like you might be wondering like how data is being handled. So ethical consideration is coming into picture. There will be rules and regulations. The way human society is being made, like we have to follow traffic rules, we have to follow, yeah, we have to study, then we have to graduate, then we have to go for jobs. So this is sort of a thing that has been developed, right? If we go into our cultures back, I think there were gurukuls and there were other sort of things. Like economy has been developed, that's how the jobs and has been developed. So the same thing is happening with AI. And of course, it's going with the continuous innovation. So we are talking about AI future, right? AI future ke andar I've talked about these, but I just want to give you a bit of instance ki how this is happening. So quantum computing and neuromorphic chips. It is like AI on steroids. Neuromorphic chips are basically, imagine you understand the brain of human, how brain is functioning, and just copy and paste it in a chip. Got the point? Got the point, right? So imagine now using the same word when you're going for an interview. You need to know the technical words also. Otherwise, we have the layman language, but as an interviewer, if I'm looking to hire somebody on the coding and development and language learning part of the AI technology, I want to know like what sort of stacks of technology are being used. So you have to be with, you have to be the relevant with the words. So neuromorphic are the chips which are actually being developed. It is beyond the semiconductor thing which was happened recently. So this is the industry that is going to boom. And the technology in a way is like you copy the nervous system of humans, and that's happening, right? Then explainable AI. Explainable is like you can question AI, like why did you do that? Like I was expecting you to do this, you have done this. Now the way we uh, sort of control employees, train them, and then give them the instructions that this has to be followed. That is happening further. Ethical AI and bias auditing. It is like, for example, if I created AI, it is like in general life. If I take example, if I have my kids and if I have the kids of my friend, who I'm gonna favor? Of course, my kids, right? So that is happening with the same AI thing too. If I created my AI bots and if I'm using some other company's AI bots, who I'm gonna favor more? The same way, if I am asking AI to help me, right? If that AI knows like this is the boss, this has created me, they'll try to favor the company. And that is where companies are starting to take advantage, right? So for example, if there's an open AI chatbot like Chat GPT, so the data that is going to the Chat GPTs actually will be used down the line to train them how the user performance, how the user behavior is, so as they can, formulate these services for that. And there's a reason, if you study, like everybody knows about Elon Musk. Are you inspired by them? Yes or no? Okay. So can anybody tell me what's the reason they bought Twitter? Anybody? For $44 billion. Anybody who's following that news? Okay. That is right. That is definitely right on one part. But actually people who are writing about him, who are actually, knowing him from close, they're writing it in a way like now he's using that Twitter for the data language training of his AI model. Imagine you guys posting everything about your life, your politics, the news happening around you, and that is being posted on Twitter. And with all those things, it's going to the data language learning model. And now the AI, the super AI that he's building, will have a lot of data way beyond that Meta, because Meta is all about social life, right? But Twitter is more about the things happening, like the small conversations but actually meaningful. So that is happening a lot. And then autonomous vehicles, personalized medicine, virtual influencers, the sci-fi thing is becoming real. I think you must have seen the Tesla robots these days, which they have launched. You must have seen some of the videos like taxis being driven by itself, like they're picking up the passengers. These videos are viral on internet, and that is actually happening in San Francisco, US. And down the line, it'll be coming to our countries too. I think Dubai is testing it as well. Let's go ahead. So if you say AI is the future, no, AI is not the future. AI is actually the technology of today, which is actually converting the future into something else, right? So you have to consider it not as a future, ki chal jab aayega dekh lenge. It has to be understood today because it is the technology of today, right? Okay. So a quick question before we go to the next thing. Would you trust an AI doctor? If there's an AI doctor, like you have been told, like whatever the thing is happening with your body, just tell this doctor and they will prescribe you. Would you trust the AI doctor? Yes. If yes, why? If not, why not? Any one or two answers I want. Yes. Physically treat नहीं कर सकता. That's right. Hmm. 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 So you will trust that. Okay, great. So cool. So we have a mixed reaction, right? We would be trusting or we would not be trusting, depends on how comfortable with AI we are, right? But it is going to actually happen, right? The way we ask questions to Chat GPT, the same sort of medical questions, the same sort of medical treatments would be happening through AI very, very soon. Depends on that things which we have talked in the past in this presentation about the ethics, about the transparency, like how they are being treated, like how they are being trained on, like what answers you have to give depends on if the people, if the masses will have that trust or not, right? Let's go ahead and talk about the impacts, right? So AI impact on various infrastructures, various industries. So the question was about, would you trust an AI doctor, was just for one reason. If these AIs are coming into different industries, it is definitely having a positive impact, but it also has the other side, right? So that other side we're gonna discuss. So if I go for healthcare first, of course, AI-driven cures and early disease detection is there, which is transforming lives, but it raises privacy concerns. You guys, like one of you have mentioned about the hair transplant, right? So head transplant, yeah. So robotic joint treatments are happening these days, like for the knees, all those things are happening. But the data that is being infused about the medical treatments will be giving more access to the people who are on the negative side. Imagine somebody with a negative mindset who wants to put a disease out, like when we have some sort of this thing, like the COVID is being made by the humans, right? The COVID virus or COVID disease is made by the someone who wants to do that kind of stuff. They'll have a lot of medical data, what is happening with the people and the world, and that can be used. So this is a reality check or challenge we have. In finance, of course, we can track the instant fraud hunting, but it can increase market volatility. What if some trigger and the all market has gone down? In manufacturing, of course, predictive robots, like they can predict what are the faults coming in, or they can predict what is going to be the optimized way of manufacturing, but it will remove all the traditional jobs. Same for retails, it will be hyper personalized shopping experience, but again, it will be fueling data overreach. Means like data is so much, like as of now, electricity is being used to consume that data. It is expected that it will be way more than what humans consume. Like for the data storage, the more electricity, more energy, more resources are needed than way more than what humans need actually. So agriculture, it is AI powered crop, but it is about the penetration. That is a challenge. In transportation, you'll be seeing autonomous vehicles, but imagine about the decision making. Like, of course, we don't trust humans nowadays. Like whenever you guys take your vehicle, let's say you're going on a car, you always think about what if somebody comes and hit me. सामने वाले पे तो भरोसा नहीं किया जा सकता ना. तो same thing is about AI. Like I can be driving in my lane, but what about the another AI? Like if he got out of his mind, whatever mind he has, it'll probably be causing a problem or safety challenge. So energy, imagine all of the energy grids are being controlled by AI, and there is a cyber threat. Somebody took the control of that AI model, and the light of all of the world has been gone. So those sort of challenges are coming in. Again, in the customer service, loss of human touch is there. Can we go ahead, please? So the value proposition, this is important. So for any organization or for any person who's going to an organization, if I ask you, if I'm interviewing you right at this moment, I'll be asking you what you will bring on the table as an employee, right? This is the most important question. The other way of asking it is, why should I hire you? This is a very usual question. Means what value proposition you are bringing in my company if I give you the position. So this is the Venn diagram about AI. AI actually, as of today, like I'm not talking about future, as of today in 2025, if I'm talking about AI, it is widely adopted in three things: operational efficiency, in customer experience, and decision making. So as a founder, as an owner of a company, what I do is I always, go to AI to ask the questions in a way I would be asking to my CTO or my CEO, right? So that way I have the cross questioning, like what if we did that, what if we do this, all sort of things. So decision making is one important aspect where most of the executives are using it. So if you know how to build those sort of chatbots or those sort of applications, apps by yourself, which can help CEOs, CTOs, then you definitely have an edge, not just in entrepreneurship but in your company. Imagine you're going to a small company who's just doing digital marketing in Mohali, and you are going for an interview in that company, and what you say to them, sir, I can build an AI bot just for you, so as you can talk to them all the time about your decision, and I'll take care of all the execution of digital marketing, some sort of things, right? You have to bring that value proposition on the table. So as an interview should not be more about that person is taking decision on your profile. It should be you giving the value, and that person should not be saying no to you. That has to be the interview style. And if you see the bigger companies recent days, recent times, they are more into giving you assessments. They're more into giving you practical assignments to assess your skills. It's not about that conversational interviews. And even in our company, we have that kind of questionnaires where we give them a 30 minutes assessment where video interviews are being conducted by AI, and then we take on the profiles down as per the assessment, like what they have said in there. Okay, it's giving two benefits. One, to the companies, like it'll be more of filtration before we actually take interview, and for the users it'll be more better for giving an interview because you won't be nervous. Like you're meeting me for the first time, if I'm taking your interview you might be nervous, right? But if you're talking to your laptop, means you're sitting on your system, just by turning on the camera you'll be more comfortable because you're sitting in your home. So more showcase of your skills in front of AI, and more decision making from the company because we have already got some assessment from AI for yourself, right? So that is the thing. Improved customer experience is another part where we have already talked about, like how it can take care of the customer support solutions. So there's a different aspect to this in different countries. Like if I'm saying in Canada, we have never seen the light got turned off, never ever seen, like it'll be quiet for a moment, but in India it's usual, right? Of course situation is happening, but imagine there's an AI bot being installed, and that whenever the light gets off or whenever the electricity is not there, you can just WhatsApp that number, and that can give you an answer right away, like okay, the light in your area would come at this part. This is a very small observation of mine. And another thing is, for example, if you are talking to your sim providing company, let's say Airtel or something, like of course they're utilizing this now, but let's imagine you just text them on WhatsApp and they give you the answer of your query right away. So that sort of customer support will ease the burden on the telecom companies or the service providers, but also ease the features, ease the facility, like for the users yourself, correct? And then decision making, I told you, in customer experience, I told you, it's about operational efficiency, how it is doing that. So if I have an organization of, let's say, 50 people, I have an hierarchy, like there are managers, there are coordinators, then there are basically the end team who is actually working on making the project successful. Imagine now just have an AI manager, and then there are 50 people who are actually not people, who are AI. So those 50 AI bots are being handled by one person. So I'll have actually a team of 51 people, but 50 will be bots and one will be manager, and that is going to happen. And if I give you some reference to the recent blogs which I'm reading in Western world, what they are saying is the next trend is actually one person company who's just working with AI team members and making $1 billion. That is going to happen very, very soon. If you see the trends, earlier it was very, very been said, like you have to make your million, then you have to go work for 20 hours, 20 years or 30 years. Then it was like with content creation, more and more people became millionaires by just making videos and putting content out, and then with the consumption they were being paid by YouTube. The next industry is you'll be having AI employees to yourself, just one person, all of the AI team members working from home from the screen and then making money. That is going to happen very soon. So how AI is trained? Anybody knows how AI is trained? Anybody who has worked on Chat GPT by themselves and they want to share their experience, how they have trained Chat GPT to answer in your way? Any live experience that you can share? Yes, please. I was in a mood of, like, I was very tired. So that day I wanted to have this fun with the chat GPT. So I had that reply me with sarcasm. So it replied me with sarcasm and I had not fun. Right. Great. Great example. So that means you train that, the tweak the personality of that chat GPT at this moment to be a bit sarcastic. So rest, everybody is doing the same way, just asking the question at the moment, right? So how machine learning is happening? It is basically feeding the AIs with data, right? So the way you have told that chat GPT, if it is behind the scenes, like how companies are building it, they are putting data to the AI. And how that data is being put, it is by, if I say, like, I give you 20 books, like in your curriculum, BCA, BBA, there will be many, many books and many, many subjects, right? So if I give you all of them all together, would you be able to take all the information right at the moment? No. But if I give you all the books and I tell you, like, what if you find the patterns, all the books, if they are talking about, let's say, the website development, just find that information first, understand it, then go to the next. If any of the book is saying about marketing, find all the things about marketing and then go next. If I give you those patterns, you'll be a bit faster than earlier, right? So that is happening with AI machine learning. It is given patterns, it is given a lot of data, and then it is given some filters like find the patterns. If a user is talking about, let's say, politics, so I'll be asking the machine learning aspect, the coding of that is find all the people on, let's say, social media who are talking about politics. So it will gather the data. Now it will have a better public opinion, political opinion. So that is the style of machine learning. So even if you are like from the small point, my purpose of this conversation is not actually to give you big conversations. I'm giving you the right at the moment things. For example, if you're working in a company and you're using chat gpt for digital marketing or for coding or for, let's say, planning a project for that company, like there's a client, these sort of things happen usually when you get hired, right? So imagine for that company you are training a chat gpt. Just imagine at that point, if you are able to do that, you'll be still in good employees and still in demand, because you are actually training the chat gpt for them. So having a personalized chat gpt for a company is very important these days. And I think as a service, I told you, like we are giving those AI agents as a service to those companies. So building us, what I would say, like unique chat GPT for them is a service for us. And if you are coming in that domain, I would say you as an employee can build the same thing for them. So machine learning, you have to understand, you have to give patterns. If I'm giving, let's say, 20 PDF, it will be better for me to give them 20 PDF, but to give them the pattern also, like how I am giving you these PDFs. Firstly, you have to understand about how we manage our projects. Then you have to understand how we outreach on our digital marketing. Then you have to understand these are our workflows. That way, your chat GPT will be learning way better than the normal documentation. Okay. So deep learning and neural networks, it's already discussed about that. It's about mimicking human brains. Reinforcement learning, it's like the way we learn games. Imagine you playing a video game. We have all played, right? So any video game we try for the first time, we might be, losing the game. But next time we try, we'll be winning the game. Next time we try, we'll be actually winning the game in a lesser time. Next time we'll try, we'll be like pro. Then we ask our friends, why not to join, right? Let's play together. So that sort of thing is happening with AI too. You can put it into reinforced learning. You give them the question. If it is saying no, you edit the answer. You put them the question again. It is happening in that way too. And then, of course, big data and cloud computing, it is the fuel of the AI. And a lot of data is being consumed by Meta as of now. If you just imagine, Meta AI is the most successful that has been integrated into users' life. I'm not sure if you guys are using it or not. You go to Facebook Messenger, you go to WhatsApp, it is always there, and it'll give you the way better results than ChatGPT can give. But still, if we ask, like, do you use AI? You all said ChatGPT, right? So the first mover advantage. That same happens with the humans too. If we are getting to know the technology before our competitors, let's say in job, like you don't know who will be competing for the same job where you'll be going for interview. If you know the AI before than that, definitely you have a chance. So now I'm going to talk about what sort of jobs you can get, right? What is the opportunity in this AI domain? So I have to make you understand about the corporate AI work cycle. How, if a company wants to deploy AI in their operations, how they will do that. So understand these steps, and then we'll find some jobs in there. So first is awareness. First thing is, let's say the marketing manager or let's say the operations manager gives the presentation to the boss, to the CEO, like, you know what, this is happening in the real world. Why should not we incorporate, AI into our workflows? That is the awareness. So it is where the company understands the importance of it. Okay. Then the step is skill acquisition. It could be like hiring a person who knows AI, or maybe asking the employee, why not you go on training, take these workshops, take these things, and upskill yourself, because we are looking forward to have AI incorporated in our company, which means they will be upskilling them, right? Please give a round of applause for sir. Okay, so this will be the second stage where they will be asking for skill acquisition. That means they are asking their employees, either you go on workshops and have yourself ready for AI, or otherwise they'll be doing hiring, like hiring for the people who know AI more than their existing employees. Then the next stage is strategy. Once they have the skill people, once they have the skills being employed in their team, then they'll be asking for strategy, like how we gonna implement it in our company. Then the fourth stage is implementation. So there'll be like any company that wants to do a change, it is like a subject of management to change management, right? So any company who wants to bring a change to their organization, they won't do it right away at their all departments. They'll try and test first, and then they'll execute into the full implementation. So this stage, it is about small implementation, check if it is working for them or not, And then fifth is evaluation. Then they review how the AI implementation in the company has affected the operations or customer support or marketing, whatever department they have, executed it to. Then they go for full integration, like integrated AI in order of business needs. If my business need is like I have to have more revenue, or if I have to, have more people retained because my employees are not being retained, whatever the concern is, then they go for the full integration on that part. And then is continual improvement, means they improve their models. And then last is about future monitoring, because technology is ever evolving. They have to see what new is coming in their market. So these 8 steps are for an organization. Now for you, like if you would be looking for jobs, you have to think which step is more enticing for you. Like I could be a person who just wants to be a project manager. Like I should be knowing about AI. I should be knowing all the things happening in AI. I should be learning about how it is implemented. But I don't want to code. I don't want to train AI. I just know how it is being executed. Like I can just coordinate with 10 people and tell them, you do this, you do that. That way I'll be project management. That way I'll be project manager, and then I'll be at the strategy stage, right? If I'm a person who's more into technological background, I'm like, you know what, I can train AI. You know what, I can code the software in a way like that AI model will be integrated to our websites. Then I'll be more likely at the implementation part. If I'm a person, I'm a PR person, I'm a manager person, I can outreach, I can go to workshops, I can, look forward to the new technologies happening in the world. Then I'll be the person fixing myself at the future monitoring part, like the outgoing person who will be bringing new technologies for the company. So these 8 phases for any company, whenever we work with our clients, we tell them these 8 stages too, like at which stage you are. And accordingly, we give them this strategy and implementation structure. So for yourself, these are the steps to find the jobs for you. And of course, we'll be talking about some of the job titles that are actually in the market right now. Let's go ahead, please. Okay, the big companies, what tech giants are doing with AI? Everybody knows about chat gpt, right? But all other companies are also implementing AI. So if we go start with Google, they are using these models, these language learning models, which is like BERT, this is Lambda. These models are basically existing, I think, from 2018, and they are training these for their own data, which is now, have you seen the difference in Google in recent times, like 1 year back? What difference you have noticed? Anybody who can explain me? Hmm? Gemini, AI? That is right. So now every time we search for anything, it is not the search or it is not the website that comes, it is first the AI. And they give you the link of that website. And that has changed even SEOs. Search engine optimization is more about AEO, artificially enhancement in the search is been happening. Now, if I have my company which is giving some sort of services, I have to get those services inbuilt in that search of AI language models. So as when I ask AI, you know what, I want to talk to a company which can implement AI for me, which company should I go for? That company should be called Watts Technologies. That I have to do for my company too. And if you guys are looking for career in digital marketing or AI implementation, you should be looking forward to these upcoming technologies. And these models, BERT and Lambda, these are available. You can go on Wikipedia to search about these. You can go try and test these out. They have the long and large data sets. Then is OpenAI. OpenAI started with ChatGPT, but then they further enhanced themselves into image generation. Now deepfake technology, video generation, all things are happening in them. So they are pushing the language, pushing the boundaries. I remember, like I want to share my real time example from there. I was using Ray-Ban Meta. Have you ever heard about that? Ray-Ban Meta? So Ray-Ban has, coordinated with Meta. They have built a sunglasses like which has the cameras, which has the AI voice talking thing. I went to Paris, and Paris is all about French language. I don't know French. So I was wearing that glasses and I was just looking at something and I was asking, hey Meta, can you tell me what it is? It was giving the exact answers. Like imagine that sort of capability is coming. It is happening because of the integration that we have talked in previous presentations. So seamless integration with AI is happening in our real life. There's a news, like I was looking at a prototype. There's a laptop being invented or being actually built in a prototype where you just have a keyboard and a sunglass. So you wear that sunglass and you start working, it will be right in front of you. So that sort of integration and technology is happening too. So OpenAI has been working forward. OpenAI has been acquired by Microsoft now. So OpenAI has been trying to build intermodal AI thing. Like you can talk to them, you can video call them, look at, you can, probably ask them, you can generate images, you can generate videos, all sort of things can be done now. Microsoft is actually integrating AI. So the basic IT skills for anybody is like you need to know Microsoft Office, right? Whenever we go to office, whenever we go for our presentations also, it's about PPT, it's about Word documents, right? So Microsoft has integrated AI in that. So as if you start writing on something, if you start making a presentation, PPT, the AI will actually support you to give you that design elements, to give you that charts, computational charts to showcase in a graphical mode, that sort of things they are doing. And it will be actually a change because billions of users use MS Office suite, right? So that is the thing Microsoft is doing. Tesla autopilot self-driving cars. Have you seen this recently? Elon Musk has, announced that. So it is their vision, like they want to go in a way, like if I am owning a Tesla and I am having this Tesla into self-driving mode, if I'm back from my work, like let's say I go 9 to 5 and I come back home at 5, I can turn on that mode where my robot taxi will go automatically and do Uber and come back at the time when I want to use it. Imagine that sort of vision Elon Musk has said. So you can use your car to make money for you just with the help of technology, right? So you need not to have a driver. It'll be like automatically 5:30 it'll be starting and going for Uber and then coming back like I have made these many of dollars. So these things are happening and Tesla is trying on that. Amazon is working more on Alexa. So Alexa, what we have seen in our Canadian houses when we use Alexa, supposedly with the housewives, if they are using the words like this is the grocery list for today, and they are writing on their fridge whiteboards which they use. If Alexa is there, what we have seen is it is a recommendation coming on our phones on Amazon grocery, like whatever you have said. So Alexa is utilizing that voice search, voice thing into the recommendations from AI, which we have discussed in Netflix too. But the same sort of thing Amazon is building to give you an experience like without actually looking for the things, you'll be getting things delivered at your home. That is happening. Okay, Meta is building metaverse experiences. I've given an example of Raven Meta. Like I was able to think in a way like I can go to any country where I don't know any language. I can still wear a glasses and I can talk to the local people and I can, do anything that a local will do without knowing that language. So that friction has been gone just because of AI. Next, please. So humans still rule. We started from that debate like what if AI takes our jobs, right? So even if the AI takes our jobs, let's say I was giving an example, if I'm running one company and I'm having 50 employees, I'll still have one manager, AI manager, who will be managing those 50 boards, which means if AI takes jobs, there'll be more people needed to train those AIs, right? And that is where the new opportunity comes in. So if we stay on the same page, like, what, I'm still into digital marketing. You know what? I'm still into coding. I'm still here, Node.js, or I'm still into JS React, or all those technologies. I can get those work done in 5 minutes with the help of ChatGPT. I can get the code ready in 5 minutes. So you have to upgrade, you have to upskill. That knowledge is definitely required. How can you test the code created by AI if you don't know the coding by yourself, right? So you have to be knowing about the technology for sure, but AI is something that you cannot avoid these days. So for me, if I'm saying this, humans still rule AI, that you have to keep in your mind, and that way you'll be the master because we have created AI. It's not AI who has created the humans, right? The more you understand AI, the more you control it, not the other way around. Mastering AI is future proof career plus competitive edge. As simply said, what I said, like robots are not taking our jobs. Of course, they can take our lunches at some time because they are working, and people who are working, they take lunch breaks. If a person is enjoying and relaxing on their vacations, it's not about the lunches, it's more about the enjoyment, right? So they can take our lunches, we don't mind, but we still should rule AI. Let's go. So AI doesn't replace our creativity, it empowers it. How it does it? It is through AI employees. So at Watts Group, we have already incorporated AI employees into our company. We have AI employees. There's a front desk person that is actually taking our calls. So that is happening. I would try to show you a demonstration of that also, but I want to talk about AI employees in a way. AI as a team member is not just about replacing human. Imagine you five people are working and then there are two AI team members. So a team of seven, but five humans, two AI, that is happening. The thing is, it is 24 into 7 without breaks or downtimes. I can have a person who can work for me 40 hours. I can ask that person if that person is loyal to my company to work for 60 hours. but I cannot ask that person to work 24 into 7. But that can be happened with AI. We took the example of Amazon. Their warehouses are working 24/7. Otherwise, they were working on 3 shifts. Like 3 humans were doing the job which one robot is doing. And they might need charging, of course, but they are not needing that sort of things which a human will need. So the traditional task, the repetitive tasks are being done by AI team members nowadays, which is called AI employees. They are scalable, they are adaptive. Every organization has a budget for orientation. So if I have to hire somebody, I have to put orientation, like how our company works, what is the culture in our company, how you will be, adhering to your protocols, who's your manager, who's your this thing. So it takes resources on the big level. Imagine implementing AI on that part. It'll give the edge to the companies and it'll give the edge to the people who know AI, because as I said, you guys will be the one training and making companies adaptable to AI when you go for the jobs in those companies, right? Let's go ahead. So as I talk, we have a AI employee. Her name we have brought is Samantha. This is the number. So this is a Canadian number, of course. Anybody who give a call to Watts Group, that Samantha takes care of all the conversation. She tries to get the contact number and the query if there's any query that she cannot resolve. 90% of the time she's able to resolve almost all the queries, telling about the ventures, telling about the things, what we do, how we do, what are the things that can be done for that company, what are the courses in our community, all those things. But if there's any concern pending, she'll take the number, she'll give the lead to the software in our CRM, and then the other AI will start conversating with that. And otherwise, if there's a human intervention needed, we definitely get a booking booked on our calendar right away. So it's not कब मिलें कहाँ मिले क्या करें something like that. It's directly okay, we have a meeting at 9 a.m. with that person, with that company, that is happening. Okay, is there anyone who has some sort of questions that they want to talk to this AI employee? Anybody? Because I've already talked, so it'll be no fun for me like I'm talking to her again. Anybody who wants to have a question? Fascinating or not? You wanna? Do you have a question? Come here, let's talk to her. I'll make a call to her.
This call will be recorded for quality purposes. Hey, this is Samantha from Watts Group. How can I help you today?
I just want to know about any free courses you have.
Watts Community offers a few courses like AI enhanced digital marketing, LinkedIn outreach strategies with AI, and administrative assistant skills. They're designed to give you practical skills for today's job market. If you're interested in more details or want to enroll, you can check out their website at www.wattscommunity.in. Anything else you'd like to know?
सर इसने free courses तो बताया.
उसने courses के नाम लिए. Ask anything, ask her. Have a conversation. Don't think about like we are asking services. Ask anything out of the world.
So I just want to know about any free courses you have.
Sure thing. Watts Community offers 3 courses: AI enhanced digital marketing, LinkedIn outreach strategies with AI, and administrative assistant skills. They're all about giving you the skills you need for today's job market.
So Samantha thing is like he is a new student. He wants to make a career in AI, but actually concerned like will AI take the jobs? Like will he be employed? I think he's concerned like AI is taking his job.
I totally get the concern. AI is definitely changing the job landscape, but it's also creating new opportunities. Learning about AI can actually put him in a great position to work alongside these technologies and even help shape how they're used in the future. It's all about adapting and finding where he can add value with his unique skills. What do you think?
Yeah, it's right. There's another girl. She has some concerns too. Can you help her?
Of course, what's on your mind?
Hi Samantha, how are you?
Hey there, I'm doing great. Thanks for asking.
How your boss treats you?
Oh, thanks for asking. I'm here to help and always ready to assist. As for my boss, Ritesh Watts, he's great, very supportive. Anything else you'd like to chat about?
Yes, I also wanted to ask who will win the next England test match of that is between England and India.
Oh, that's a tough one. Both teams have their strengths, and it could go either way. It's always exciting to watch them play.
Oh,
Do you follow cricket closely?
No, I just wanted to know it. Okay, thanks, Samantha. You can sleep now.
You're welcome. Thanks for the chat. Have a great day. Take care. Bye.
Okay, so that sort of thing. What is happening? Emotions are there, that's true. So when we train these sort of models at the back end of our company, what we try to give them is a personality. So we tell them you'll be a fun, engaging person, you'll be active, you'll be listening to the person. Don't push for sales. That's what we train this, Samantha. So you should be always adhering to whatever the person is asking. And if they ask about the company, then only speak about the products. Don't say about the products all the time. So it's a customer support specialist, definitely, but it's more about, a counselor. So I think we are getting good results after this. We have seen, like, after this, we just get an email of the transcript, what conversation has been done. So that comes to me and that comes to the operations manager as well. And then they review how she has answered. So maybe there's a scope of, training her more. Like if she has given a wrong answer, so we can train her more on that. Uh, the thing in Canadian and Western style is like they people do not want to wait. Number one, if they want to wait, they should be attended in a way like there's some sort of engagement going on because everybody is busy at that point. And this is happening. I'm trying, when we came to India, we're trying to bring Hindi and Punjabi and these languages also. So might be next time we meet again, sir, we probably will be having a Hindi speaking or Punjabi speaking AI bot too, right? So that is happening. The best thing what I did with Samantha was like I asked her to make jokes on Watts community, make jokes on Watts group, and she made very great jokes. So it's about, when you are creating something, you think yourself as the creators. In motivation style, we always say we are the creator of our destiny, right? We are the creators of our career. We can do anything what we can think of. But when it comes to technology, we were never been able to think that way because we were always relying on whatever technology is present in the market. We have to just use that. We have to just use that for our career, make some money, and then grow, right? Now, this is the era where it has been into a point. Imagine we say, like, God has created us. So now there's a chance to be the God, but for the AIs. And as a professional, what I feel, if I am hiring for somebody, I'm giving you a very real mind of mine. If I'm hiring for somebody, that person comes to me, a lot of skills, like by with the CV, I'm like, wow, 95% marks or 9.5 CGPA, whatever it is. These sort of certifications, XYZ, everything like perfect. But if I ask, like that has happened recently, how do you see AI? So the answer was, I see AI as a threat. And that person was explaining me everything just to convince me that AI is a threat. I was like, no, I don't need you. The only reason is you could be scared for sure, but you should have a positive optimism towards that also. Like there is a change coming in the world. How we gonna adapt the change, number one, and then how we gonna channelize that change for the companies we will be working in. That will give you the real opportunity. So if you'll raise your hand and if in your interview are saying, boss, whatever I have on the credentials, that's one thing. I can work with AI right in 5 minutes. You give me the task, allow me to use Chat GPT and see my thing, how I can get it done. That is the thing people, corporates, executives are looking for these days, right? Let's go next. So yeah, please go back, one back. So there's another chatbot. Go back, sir. There's another chatbot that we have deployed on our Watts community website. It's again a very friendly chatbot. You can talk to him about anything. Like maybe you're looking for a grocery store recommendation. You can talk to that chatbot. It'll give you a friendly answer, but it'll explain you more about Watts community. So this bot has given a different personality. Tell anything they want to ask you, but always put a call to action like, why don't you join our community? So this will be a bit pushy in sales, but again, will help you. Let's go ahead. So consumption versus creation with AI, right? I gave you the example in the starting of this session, like more of the people on the social media are consumers. And when we as companies are planning our content, we always look for that KPI, like what consumption it will drive. So we are not concerned about likes, comments or shares that the people actually in real life are like, kitne likes mile aapki post pe, wo cheezein chalti hain. But we as a company are looking more on what is the consumption, how many watch hours have been got from this, like what is the play time, at what time the user has double tapped like chahe 10 आए for example on the post, we are concerned किस point पे वो likes आ रहे हैं. So that sort of data KPIs we are looking forward to. That is the difference in mentality of consumer and a creator. So if you create your content in digital marketing domain, you'll be understanding that it's not about likes, comments, or reach. It's more about the consumption. That is happening in the AI world too. So everybody is using chat GPT, but none of you has ever been created as of now that a language model or probably an app, right? So I'll give you some of the tools for sure. Can we go ahead, please? Ahead further. Yes. So I'll share a list of the AI tools. So as promised, there'll be free access to the community, which is otherwise $99 we charge, but with the help of the college, we were able to, give it in a way like every participant will get that community for free. They'll be able to talk to people around the world, sitting in the United States, sitting in Canada, with the same vision, like how AI can be implemented. You'll be getting that free. Number two is you'll be getting any certificate for this workshop. So as you can, when you're going for the interviews, if a interviewer is knowing, what you have attended some of the workshops on AI, you'll be getting some preferences for sure. And third is top AI tools. So whatever I've talked in this presentation, I want you to try and test those things out. Don't just, have this information. Knowledge is not the real power. It is the action. It is the real execution that gives you more power. So we have to go that way. Can we please go next? So AI is beyond coding, as explained earlier too, but I'm going to put a more emphasis on that. There's a company called Flat Logic. So if you want to go, you can explore flatlogic.com. You can create a free account on that. You want to have any app developed. Imagine developing a same sort of app as Amazon with that sort of infrastructure, which can handle 100,000 users. That can be developed with that. Okay. So getting apps developed is easy nowadays, but thinking of what is the real problem in the society, what app is needed. So imagine somebody created Zomato, right? Somebody created Zomato, somebody created Blinkit. How they were able to create it? Because they were able to think about that. Like, this is the problem, this could be the solution, and this is a scalable solution. And then they find the coders, and then they find the technology. And now, of course, every app is using AI. So in that way, what I mean is the new age skill is precision prompting. It is like smart prompting. I'll give you example on that. Usually, when we ask our employees, I'm saying a traditional style of working. When I ask a team member to do this, whatever I ask, they'll do that only, right? A smart employee will do one step ahead of that. They'll try to think from their mind also. My boss wants this. What if I do this in that way and bring more results, right? So that difference in a normal employee and smart employee is same when we work with ChatGPT. So I'm thinking, like, in my understanding, AI is my employees, like AI is my team members, my colleagues, my workers. So I have to work along with them. Not I have to be a boss and tell them what to do, but I have to work along with them. So it should be a conversational. There are career paths beyond programming, which is like prompt engineering, AI content strategist, data ethicist, AI trainer. There are freelancers. If you go, have you ever used Fiverr? Anybody knows about Fiverr? One, two, three, more. What Fiverr is? Freelancing platform. So it's very easy. If you know the tech skills, I would like you guys to have a profile there. Even if you don't want to do freelancing, that's a different story. Have a profile there and explore what sort of skills, because that platform is about skills only. You do not say that I'm a computer science engineer. You don't say that I'm a BCA pass out. You simply say, excuse me, so you simply say, you know what, I know website development, I know the SEO. So that one skill you have to put it there, and then you get some of the projects to work on that. And the name Fiverr comes from $5. So it starts from minimum $5 that you have to do work. So as simple as that. If you are able to create a logo, you can push it for $5 each and create the logo through AI and deliver to employees. You'll make a lot of money. And I've seen freelancers making $100 to $300. Usually people say when students go to countries like Canada, they work in restaurants or they work in some small jobs just to make their money. But I've seen very smart students working in these sort of setups with AI and with technology to make $100 to $300 an hour. It is about creativity and critical thinking. That is your secret weapon. So let's go to the example. Can we go next? So what is the smart prompting? What is the thing how you can make AI work for you? So imagine if I give them an instruction, write a LinkedIn post about cutting cloud costs with AI. So that answer I got, I've just taken a screenshot. So it gave me a nice sort of paragraph that I can post directly on LinkedIn. This is a very good post to be put on LinkedIn, but there was nothing else about, like, apart from this, what I've asked, right? Okay, let's go next. Then I changed the prompt a bit. I asked the AI, create a viral LinkedIn thread for CTOs about cutting cloud cost with AI. What thing I have added? A clear instruction, but I've given that a keyword that it should be viral, right? LinkedIn thread. Are you guys aware about LinkedIn? Like, are you guys using it? Are you guys using LinkedIn threads? Okay, it's sort of like sequential posts. Like, it's not just one post that you give all the information just to have more engagement. You bifurcate your post into 5 6 things, and then you try to post as a reply to each post. That is how it triggers the algorithm. So if I've given this instruction, it has given me 11 to 12 threads that I can post. But the last line matters the most to me. The last line says, would you like me to suggest specific AI tools or companies that specialize in cloud cost optimization? You getting my point? So this way, this was a smart employee. Like, the same chat GPT is actually working for betterment. Like, I asked like viral. So he has a thing, like if I include some of the tools along with the post, it'll have actually more repostability. Like, it will be reposted more on LinkedIn, which means it will have the more relevance to the audience triggered algorithm, and which means more impressions on that. That is how it works. Okay, next. So these are the some of the AI job roles that are existing in the Western market, that are existing in the Indian market too, with the big corporates, that you should be preparing for. So this chart, if you guys want to take a screenshot, you can take that. This is a job role. This is what you will do in this job, and this why this is a future-proof technology. So AI prompt engineer is the topmost. Like, the way you guys are using Chat GPT, even in my team, I ask my people like how you use your Chat GPT. It's like they're simply typing it, want to create an Instagram post, something like that, like very, very basic prompts. How you get the work done from AI is a skill, is an art that you can learn, right? So how to do that? There's a different thing, is called prompt engineering, and we are also in Watts community launching a course on this smart prompting course. That will be just 8 to 10 hours of course, and this is free for the community users. And as a gesture from the college, you guys are getting this community access for free. So which means you'll be able to do that course and get certified also on that course. So be ready for that, guys. Then the thing is AI content strategies. Nowadays, creating content for social media is so easy. I have some of the apps which I'll be giving you the list also. Like, you just put that, create a 30 days of content for this page, and it will not just give you the content, it will give you the graphics, it will give you the videos, it will give you the hashtags along with the times. So imagine like how fast we can get the work done if you are able to get AI incorporated in your life. Then there is AI trainer, which I've talked about. Like, you can be project coordinators on that, or you'll be the one who actually trains the language learning model. You actually make the personas of your AIs in the companies, right? Product manager, policy advisors, customer success manager, sales specialist, data curator, all of these things are available. So you have taken the screenshot, but the bottom line of this thing is, the more you get into AI, the more you refine yourself into one role, there are very high chances. The data says like the prompt engineers are getting maximum paid. And the example that I gave you about the Facebook 100 million signing bonus, that is happening in real time with Facebook. They have set a trend. Now the companies like Infosys, the companies like TCS, Wipro, they all be coming in to find some AI data engineers, because they have to work for those companies in United States, and they have to work on their scale, right? So it is going to happen very, very soon. So where to start? So I'm just about to conclude the presentation in a way. Where to start? Like, how you can start this thing in yourself. So build or sharpen IT basics. Number one thing is IT basics. So if I want to create an AI bot which can work with Gmail, so as it can read the Gmails by itself and then give a summary to the officer, summary to the boss in the morning. So what I would love in my life is, like, I don't want to read all the emails all the time because I get a lot of them. I should be getting a summary of my emails from yesterday in the morning, so that I can just spend 15 minutes to tell my AI, you know what, reply to these, and this way. So it should take 15 minutes for me, and then AI should be formulating all those email in a right way and sending them to the right person at right time. So those things can only be done if I have used Gmail, or if I have that basic IT skills. So imagine if you're like, you know what, I don't want to learn Excel, but down the line you get a job where you have to create AI for Excel, right? So that means you need to have the basic skills. So basic IT skills are must. Don't hesitate from that. Don't go away from the curriculum. Read, study, educate yourself, and then get into a new technology. Explore AI tools. There's more beyond Chat GPT. Chat GPT is not AI. That is just one starting point of AI, right? Other tools list will be sent to you. Practice precision prompting. There's a community. Have you guys used Reddit? Are you guys using it? So there's a community over there, r/prompt engineering, that is all focused on that. It's a free resource. I always recommend use this. They'll give you everyday new prompts, how you can, get AI, be a slave of yourself. Okay, then create small projects or internships with AI tools involved. Build your portfolio network on LinkedIn and GitHub. So internships are very important. Working on projects is very important because that gives you the exposure, that gives you the perspective of the corporate world. So as when you're sitting in the interview, you're actually matching the level of the conversation, because otherwise what we have seen is it's more about the organization asking about expectation and you talking more about the academic skills, but there's a gap. And I think the team at Gian Jyoti has done the same thing with these sort of sessions, and I'm like fortunate to have this on day 8. But they are getting you prepared for that, right? So make sure you do some projects like that, you do some internships like that, so you have that exposure right before you sit in a real interview. Okay, start small, but start now. That is the thing. Be the doer. It's about doer mindset. Let's go ahead, please. So we were talking about the perks. So this is the slide where you're gonna get this, all of the perks. This is a QR code. You should take a screenshot of this. You should scan this. So you'll be getting an e-certificate. That's one thing. You'll be getting the access to Watts community. Third thing. Second thing, you'll be getting a list of top free and paid AI courses. This is a very restricted way of getting e-certified, right? It is a technology being used back of this. You have to, there'll be a workshop code being asked, like which workshop you have attended on which date. You should be putting this code GJ, Gyan Jyoti. That way you'll be getting this e-certificate right on your email. Okay, you can have that downloaded, you can utilize that, and there'll be a verifiable link. So anytime if any of your employer, if any of your interviewer wants to verify that certificate, they'll be able to verify. Can we please go next? Okay, so I'm going to open the Q&A sessions. So if there's any questions that needs to be addressed, I'm right here. And if there will be still any more questions, definitely I'll be available on LinkedIn. Yes, please. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What can be the roadmap to be more aware about AI, and like we can be connected to the IT field?
Right. So every domain has their own charm, own need in the world. It is not like you just have to have IT or coding, then only you will be able to do AI implementation in your world. My question as a counselor or as a concerned person would be, what domain you want to excel in? Are you the one who's going into sales, marketing, operations, those sort of things, or you want to go into strategy, decision making, that sort of thing? You want to go in finance and you want to use AI in your finance thing. So there'll be two possibilities. So the IT team of that corporate company where you would be working will be making the models, like chat GPT's models for them, for their company. So you can work either in the development team to give your inputs, like these sort of data points we have. This will be the data pipelines, how the data will flow into the coding, and then how it will be trained. The training part is there, but you're just actually giving them a roadmap. Or otherwise, you could be a team who's actually implementing that. So once GPT is trained, you'll be the one asking other employers or helping other employers like how this can be used. So again, like the smart prompting will come in there, that picture too. So data is there. How you get that data extracted from the LLM is the another part. So for you, for management people, for finance people, and for HR people, I usually say you should be knowing either the prompting or either the process of your operations. So process के हिसाब से you'll give that input, so as a model can be created, or prompting के हिसाब से the model which has been created can be implemented in the organization. So these are the two domains.
Can I ask one please?
100%, sir.
Firstly, thank you very much. I think it was really appreciable because the things you talked about, for a layman like me could understand. And I know it is very beneficial for the student. So thanks for coming today. Two questions I would like
Yes,
to
sir.
ask, if you permit. Number one is, I was really fascinated when the two students were asking the question. So keeping that in view, my question to you is, what is going to happen to the call centers and the BPO industry in India,
Mhm.
and how you see their future, whether they'll switch to AI or whether AI, because AI can be used anywhere by any corporate in any country.
Right.
So, what is the future of India in terms of call centers and BPO, and how AI is going to affect them?
Right.
So, that is question number one. Question number two, which is entirely different, which is more of a personal thing. Why you have picked the last name to name this company?
Okay, right. So I'll definitely answer. First is about the call center and BPO industry. I think challenge is there for sure. It is about like a person. If I take into data just with a reference, like the task of 50 people can be handled by one AI. So if I see like Samantha, there could be 10 multiple calls at a time, and she will be talking to everybody just like Samantha, right? Otherwise, every different individual will be talking to different people. So that is one thing. But what we have thought of, or what I am reading with other visionary leaders, what they are saying about this is it will be redefining the job roles. So now the people who were taking BPO as an entry level jobs should not be considering as a job itself, because it is kind of already been replaced in the companies. The effect has yet to come to India. They have to think for the new jobs. So for example, for the chatbots, these sort of things, it can do only 30 to 40% of the task as of now. And when we are dealing with humans, we need to have that human behavior understand. She'll be all like with the bot also. So she'll be only talking about the data which is given to them. And nobody has asked the question, but if we could have asked like how updated you are, if I ask Samantha about that, she'll be saying a time. Like she's not updated as of today, which a human would be. So that means at any point humans are needed to oversee, because chatbot will always be updated till one point, not right at the point. That is one thing. So if let's say there are mass layoffs going on in the BPO, how those all people will be taken into another roles if they are getting themselves like upskilling in, for example, prompting, for example, voice modulation. They can be giving voices to the AI bots. Of course, voices are being created with AI too, but the real voices are necessary nowadays. It's not like we can simply say, okay, this is an AI voice, this is a real voice. So that difference is coming in. Then about the knowledge of the processes. So the situation is like, okay, there's an input of the contact, then there is the input of the information, then this is the output. But what happens in between, a human can understand better than AI as of today. Not sure about the future. So all of those BPO employees should be knowing, like, you know what, I know this company's process. I should upskill with AI, get back to my boss, and I can sustain my job. Otherwise, they'll be gone. That is the thing. Right. And second question about the personal thing. I started my journey in 2008. I was in second year of the college. I started my entrepreneurship journey. I was like fortunate enough to work on my ventures in a way, like very fortunate that don't have to look for the jobs at the time. Started with different names, but down the line when I moved to Canada, it was more likely everybody over there gives more relevance to the last names, like when they're building their ventures. And I was having different companies like with different names. In 2021, after COVID, I went back to India. Right, I stayed here for long with my family. Unfortunately, my father passed away in 2021. Just 2 weeks before, I was having a conversation with him, and he said to me, Ritesh, yaar, itne kaam karta rehta hai tu lag lag, why don't you, form one company? He gave me this name, like put Watts Group in that name and corporate everything in this. So it was 7th April 2021, I made this company, and he passed away on 17th April. I think this was the light from him. So that's how it's going. Thank you. So any other question, guys? Yes. Interesting question. So could be many answers, but to my understanding, जो कंट्रोल है, मतलब जो विजन, जो हम क्रिएटिव थिंकिंग कर सकते हैं, वो मुझे लग रहा है ह्यूमंस में है व्हेन इट कम्स टू प्लानिंग दी प्रोजेक्ट्स. अभी भी आप एआई को कोई इंस्ट्रक्शन दोगे ना इस तरह की, like imagine you are the creator of the world, then imagine you want to create a population of this many people, and then you want to create a product for them. They will create for sure, they'll give you the insights, but that won't be that innovative the way our world has grown. Imagine the economy, how it works. Like we study economy, how it works. Are we clear about that? No, the people who have created know more about more than us, right? We just understand it as like transactions, as in like products and services being gone away. So I think to my understanding, it will be a very vast understanding of the vision. How it needs to be executed is something that humans will do. Who will execute it is AI. So there's an example like from my understanding. Have you played that GTA Vice City game? Do you know where that game is being made? Hmm? No, I mean like what is the relevance of that game? Like which city is being shown there? So even I was not like I played that game a lot, but when I moved to Toronto, the game is Greater Toronto Area. GTA is Greater Toronto Area, and GTA is reality over there. So imagine that understanding the game if you play that today as well. The relevance to that, the reference in that game is about the real human thing happening in GTA, right? So AI can create that game for sure, but you have to tell them what is the lifestyle that should be shown in that game, right? So that is my understanding. It should be the clear instruction of what needs to be done. That can be done by AI, right? Any other questions? Yes, please.
Apart from the AI, there are another technology that is very trend. It is quantum computing. What do you think that what will it reflect on our social life, our life, apart from AI? Because it is in very early stages of quantum computing, but its speed is very fast. It can surpass any supercomputer and any
Right.
other computer. So if we are trying to incorporate the AI, this quantum computers, what do you think? It's actually same as now, or will it more?
So its effect definitely will be multifold if it is, if it has been used with the quantum computing, and that is definitely a point of discussion. Even if when we try to find answers to these questions, we sometimes get like, really, is that going to happen? So you are very right on that part. If I have to take it personally, like AI can do far better than me. AI can do far better than me, right? But that AI, as of today, cannot do until and unless I tell them to do that thing. That is one thing. So quantum computing is, let's say, if that is being used in astronauts technology, or let's say that is being used in another research parts or biology parts, there still needs to be researchers on top of that. That is one thing. The way I understood it, I'm not following that quantum computing that much, but understanding is, if AI is being incorporated in there, like AI is giving instructions to the quantum computers and getting the results out of that, it can be devastating. It can be devastating. The mind of AI is controlled by the prompts, and there has been seen as chance also. I was reading an article where the two AIs were fighting with each other. That's one instance. There was another instance when an AI was actually blackmailing the user. There was instances that happen, and that has only happened when it was given the more computational power. It was not with normal chat GPT, when it was given more computational power, because the way we are thinking, we can train the chat GPT perfect to our organization within 3 to 4 months. It can be done overnight, right? But if it is given that power, if it learns about the organization in 1 second, like 2 seconds or microseconds, it will be more powerful than us within that second, right? I also take some time to learn new things. But if AI is learning in 1 second, it will be beyond me. So that is the concern happening. Even I don't have exact answer to that, honestly. But my understanding with the reading of those articles, if AI is incorporated with quantum computing, it can have great results, but the results could be devastating for humans, right? Thank you so much, guys, for the patient listening, and it's been an honor to talk to you. And thank you so much, sir, and all the team. It was really a pleasure being here.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for being here with us. I would request Deepak sir to please extend a token of our appreciation to Mr. Ritesh Watts and his team. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much, sir.
To celebrate your commitment today, we have the certificate ceremony. I would be very quick to request Mr. Riteshwar and sir, please would you escort sir and of course Neeraj Sharma sir here because sir के blessings और आशीर्वाद के बिना जरा कम ही काम होता है कॉलेज का हमारा. So thank you so much sir. We'll quickly start with the certificate ceremony and of course sir with your permission we will be announcing the names of the students who have 100% attendance first. So a huge round of applause for all of you as well. And a special token of appreciation from the college, and this is only for the students with 100% attendance. The prize for the most popular read. Alright, shall we announce it? Shall we announce it? Let's have Ritesh sir only announce it because he is giving the prize now. Maximum like, shares, and comments which we have seen. That is the team, earner, and party.
So the figure came as 6701. That's the insights you got. Amazing. Congratulations.
Good
Can
please, ma'am,
happen
we can
because
all
we
come
have
there.
tagged you.
Oh,
So we'll also
thank you.
join you for this session.
Yes, yes.